I'm off to see if the Donny ChainGang is the fastest group ride in the world. It's in the north of England, and I'm off to meet an old teammate of mine, an old World Tour rider, Russ Downing, who's been doing a lot for the Donny ChainGang, and find out why it's so legendary. And then I'm going to see if I can ride it without getting dropped. Here we are. This, my friends, is the Donny ChainGang, probably the most famous group ride in the world, with over 50 years of history, and includes riders like Tom Simpson, but more recently you've got Ben Turner of Ineos Grenadiers, Ben Swift, Connor Swift, Tom Pidcock, and the list goes on. This is where it began. This is where Olympic champions were made. And this is where the sun doesn't shine and the rain keeps raining. Just over there is our Russ Downing, who did ride for Sky back in the day, spent a few years at World Tour, and now he runs the Donny ChainGang. Russ Downing, long time no see, my friend.
Hey, mate.
Mate, it's been a while.
Welcome.
Welcome to Tick Hill, or shall I say, the Donny ChainGang.
The Donny ChainGang,
Donny
Tick Hill,
ChainGang.
call it what you wish.
So why is this so blooming famous, and why have you dragged me all the way up to the north of the UK to really get a taste of it?
I heard you were putting on a few kilos and you needed to get back in shape. So yeah, you know, it is been going for years, the ChainGang. We're trying to keep it alive, so let's get it on a good channel and see if we can get some more people here on a Saturday.
Browns, is it good?
Yeah, I'm sure Kate and the staff will look after us here.
Before we start, what can I look forward to, or what can I not look forward to, one or the other?
Well, we roll out of here 20, 30 minutes, you know, we have a good chat up, and then literally it's who dares wins for about 45 minutes.
45 minutes?
45 minutes through and off. There's a break through one of the towns at Retford where, you know, traffic lights, we don't go crazy, but it's kind of sort of 4 different direction changes.
Yeah.
You go down to a canal, right turn, the wind changes, you know,
and then it's
everyone echelons, and then tailwind back today, so it can get over 50k an hour. Tasty, blind out, you know. So this is it's a mixed bag of fitness and, you know, skills.
And that's so important, isn't it? Just getting the skills right from the off when you're young. Right, before the cafe gets super busy, we're going to head out, sink this espresso, and see you on the road.
Cheers, guys.
How are we doing? You okay?
Yeah.
I'm infiltrating the group today.
You're not looking for a big breakfast round here, are you?
Well, I should be. Russ, give me some advice.
Well, you know, there's some big hitters meet here on the ChainGang. So, you know, when the flag drops, it's every man for themselves. And
No waiting for stragglers.
no, not even waiting for flat tyres. You know, if someone flat tyres in that 40-minute section, they know where we finish. There is actually a finish line, a sprint under a bridge.
Yeah.
So you get to there, and you're on your own. You're all right, though. You look a bit worried.
Nervous. Well, I mean, it's raining. I'm a southerner.
Hey, you'll be right.
I'll tell you what, this is why all the up northern pros just ride without gloves and ride in jerseys when it's cold. Because they're just hardcore, aren't they?
Get on with it, yeah. We ain't made of sugar, are we?
Well, you guys aren't.
Connor Swift, how you feeling? Fat and fresh.
Me too.
Look at that. Look at that.
Why is the Donny ChainGang so special?
Well, you know, it's raining today, and look at the turnout.
Yeah.
It's lovely, isn't it? Lovely.
It is.
No gloves here.
Well, exactly.
Oh, hang about. Got a few intruders.
It's a proper ChainGang. We don't have anything like this near where I live, so I'm happy to travel. It's full gas, it's last man standing. Younger riders coming through, if you can get around something like Donny ChainGang, you can get around any race.
Right, we're headed over there, I think. I'll get on my bike and get ready, mate. Here we go. Should have bought mud guards. Now, when I was racing, we used to do the Tour of Britain and Tour de Yorkshire. And when all the World Tour pros used to come over, they couldn't believe how hard the racing was in the UK. And I could see why. COVID, a lot of people couldn't get out and ride their bikes in a group. How did you keep the Donny ChainGang going?
Well, we put it online, you know, on Zwift, and we created it small, you know, 40, 50 guys, and then it grew to getting sort of 400 people online so we did that for another couple of years, and yeah, we had Juan Antonio Fletcher on wherever he was at that time, and different people all over the world, you know. My ex-teammate in Denmark was on, so it was good fun, you know. It kept us all something to do Tuesday and Thursday nights through lockdown when you know, it was tough times for everyone.
I think it's about time we change, mate, and let some other nipper come through.
Yeah, we've got about 5 minutes before we actually go pretty deep, so yeah, let's have a break.
I could do with a 5-minute break.
Yeah, come on then. They don't breed them like they used to, do they?
Well, the last time I did one of these rides, or especially a fast chain gang, was in Arizona, as I said, in the desert. It makes quite the change now doing it on grippy northern roads, sodden without any gloves. And I guess that's only going to help your racing if you're trying to get into the pro ranks.
I think you're probably right. You know, a lot of British riders do make really good classic specialists, and it's just because of the weather, the terrain. You know, it's up and down all day. You know, we're just literally 2K away from Harworth, where Tom Simpson was from. So, yeah, it's just history on history around here.
And like, how important is it for young riders to see Connor Swift out here with the boys and girls and just, you know, going back to grassroots and not hanging out in Monaco?
Yeah, well, that's what it was like, you know, as pros, like Connor said. He used to ride with myself, Dino. Yeah, even Ben Strick used to knock on my door when he was 8 years old. Can I come out playing, Russ? And I was like, yes, but we're not waiting for you, mate. And now he rings me in the week to say you're coming out. I said, no, bugger off, mate. So it's, yeah, it's brought some great riders through, and I'm sure it will continue to do so.
The first thing my coach said to me was, there's no point getting in cycling until you just can go out and ride with the club every Sunday.
Yeah, I remember getting a little tap on the helmet as a kid, you know, if I was doing something wrong. But then, on the other hand, if you were struggling, you got to push on the backside to keep you in the wheels. So yeah, it's all good fun.
I mean, it's type 2 fun, mate. It's type 2 fun. He's getting all excited, Connor. Yeah. Here it goes, hammers down. This is where it all starts. Let's hang on in there. Oh, we're only half the tank along. We're cruising at about 45k an hour in this kind of weather. You can see why people get fit here. I'm using all my technical skill. Got no idea how long it is, where the hills are, so I don't want to work too hard. Save my bullets. As long as I'm not too far away from the front, I should be all right. Now it's all about riding the wind.
We've got a bit of wind direction change now by the canal, so people have to pay attention.
Don't work harder, work smarter. We've got a cheeky little break now, and then it hits again hard. And then there's a sprint at the end, I've been told. Russ is the team captain, so he's telling me where to go.
I'll look after you, mate.
I did hear one guy dropped his Garmin.
Here we go.
But the Donny's too important to stop and get it.
Oh, well.
He'll get him back on.
He'll get back.
He'll get him back on. He'll do it.
We don't wait for flat tyres. Sorry. Not in the before, yeah. After, yes. In the through and off, no. I didn't make the rules. I just keep doing them.
Look like I've just done Roubaix. What speed have we been sitting on, Russ?
I think we got up to 49k an hour at one bit, so we're not going bad. It got a got a bit ragged at times. People were getting carried away for the camera.
We have dropped Connor,
Yeah.
but that happens.
You know, he's... Yeah.
World Tour riders are still human, and he is the first day on his... He's back on the bike for the first time after his break.
First ride back, I saw that.
So he's got
He's got a long way to go.
coaching rules not to go too hard.
I used this for prep for the Tour of Britain.
Did ya? Get up, Joe. I can do it. It's good prep for the tour, this. Between you and I have spoken to a few of the guys. Ollie Bridgewood's been on this group ride. And it's dropped in too. Just letting you guys know.
So this is the final running, you know, you'll see as we come around the corner, probably 5K to go. It's where some of the attacks happen. It is literally he who dares wins now. As we're looking up, I'm getting dropped. But we've got a sprint finish underneath the bridge at the A1. So we've had some fun up here in the times. I better stop talking because I can't breathe.
Oh, here we go. The battle's on. There we go. That was the finish line in Bly. It's not been a race. And Russ won it. You can't keep an old man down. Russ, you won it. Get up.
You gotta
Coffee's on me then, mate.
gotta show these young sprogs how it's still done.
I'll tell you what, yes, you don't do the miles, but you've still got a punch, haven't you?
I don't think you can lose that. It's just when I go red line, I just really hurt.
Yeah.
We're going straight, guys. See you later.
See you guys. Right, there we go. It stopped raining, and we're just arriving back in Tick Hill. I gotta say, it's nice to have survived the Donny ChainGang. I've always wanted to, but it's time to grab a coffee, maybe even a cake, and catch up with Russ Downing. Thank you, Russ. Thank you. I've always wanted to do the Donny, and I tell you what, it lives up to its name of being hard, fast, and no survivors. There's only 3 of us left.
Apologies, you couldn't get the win, but
I know, mate.
you know you've got to show these young boys how it's done, ain't you?
I don't know where you keep your spark from, but you definitely still got it in you. Are you going to go back racing?
Never. You know, I stopped for a reason in 2019. I'd done and had enough, but I still like to turn a good screw. You know, on a Saturday gang where I could go around there on memory, so
Yeah.
I know where to go deep. But yeah, it's good fun. You know, you saw it today. Some of the guys hitting us at the end. It's good. It's a good little race.
Right, it's time to get ourselves a coffee, bit of food, and hear more about why the Donny ChainGang has become so legendary. Catch you in a sec. Right, Russ, I've survived the Donny ChainGang, but I want to know where it all started.
I don't actually think I'm old enough to answer that question. You know, it goes back a hell of a long way. I think we chatted about it on the bikes. You know, we've got Tom Simpson who lives just down the road. Those guys were riding it, you know, in the 60s. So it's got some proper cycling heritage, doesn't it? It's got some history. You know, we've had all riders from 12, 13 years old up to probably 50, 60, 70-year-old guys on this gang, and I think today was good fun. Yeah. You know, I was on the front end at times, and but it's not always been the case. I remember some of the roads today. I've been sat last man in there thinking, who is actually doing this up the front? And you look up and it's some hitter. Yeah. Now it's you. I'm not a hitter. You won the race. Yeah. But now, I mean, turning up like today, you got
Ineos Grenadier rider, Connor Swift. Like, how many World Tour riders and hitters turn up to this kind of group ride?
I think we've had, a good 4, 5, 6, 7 pros on this gang at certain times, and that's when it's good fun. If we're all on a similar training program, where it was getting quick, we'll all really hit each other, and then we'll come to the town at Retford where we've had a bit of breathing, and we're like, are we all right now, guys? Shall we settle it down and actually get some control? And that's when we've had some really good deliverance of speed into the final climb. I can remember one day we all just said, let's do one turn each, 500 metres, and it was literally, we were going 65k an hour turns, and it was proper lead out material, and no one was bothered about the result. It was just a deliverance of the power, and it was good fun.
Now you've raced, you've had a long career. You've had like 15-year career, wasn't it?
Yeah, maybe 20. I was first turned pro I was 98. I was semi-pro first, one of the first guys to get lottery funded.
And that was with Pinarello?
No, that was way before that. Pinarello was more sort of 2008, 2009 when I won Tour of Ireland.
That's it.
And then went on to Team Sky.
Where you beat all the HTC team.
Beat HTC team. Lance Armstrong turned up that year and didn't even do a finishing circuit in Cork. So yeah, I've had some good times, mate.
And were you riding the Donny ChainGang during that era?
I probably rode it two days before I went to Ireland, and it was definitely good fun.
And then you did the Pinarello, kind of like you kind of took the British scene by storm, and then you went to Sky. Were you still riding in this group and running it when you were with Sky?
Yeah, all the time. I was here. I was living out in Lincolnshire at the time with my partner Lise, and I used to drive over or ride over. I remember my last ride before I went to the Giro was on this Saturday gang. I rode over from Lincolnshire. I rode here, and then I got back. And I think the longest stage of the Giro was, I want to say it was 260k or something. So my last day of training before I went to the Giro, I wanted to do that distance. And I can remember riding around the garden to clock up the extra 500 metres. But it was a big day.
That's amazing.
Ride out, do the chain gang, ride home, job done. So it was good fun.
Like, how important is club rides for the next generation cyclists and just for general cycling?
I think it's got a great part in my career and my growing up and falling in love with the sport. I didn't fall in love with the sport watching it on telly type thing. It was like always being at events. I remember from being a young lad, I was at a town centre watching Chris Walker and the pros and stuff like that. So yeah, it's got a great part. Coming here, we stood around for 15 minutes at the start. Have you been, what you've been doing, and you don't get that when you're just smashing it. Around on your own, and you see different points of the race. I call it a race. I shouldn't do that.
Like it.
Sorry, guys. But we're changing wind direction. You can't learn that. You can't learn that
on your own.
If you're on your own and you're on the limit, someone else pushing the pressure. And I say to some of these youngsters, on a Saturday or Tuesday, find your limit, go into the red, and we'll look after you. If you go that deep that you get dropped, then you've not got far to sort of find your way back. So find your limits on these gangs, and learn some good stuff.
What's the future of Donny ChainGang?
I think Saturday's the only one that we've managed to keep going. I think Tom Stewart tried to do the Tuesday morning from here. I think it's 10 o'clock. Got it going for a bit more, and then it deteriorated, but Saturdays is still good. Connor's back on his bike first day today, so they've got a good crew that meet from the other side of Donny. Some of the Rotherham guys come down, so I think we can still keep it going. Hopefully, you've done a good job today, mate. People see it, love it.
I've loved it.
You should be up next week, then. Sure.
Well, exactly. I'll be up there. 3-hour drive, all for the Donny ChainGang. But let's finish on. Would you say the Donny ChainGang is the hardest group ride in the world?
Some days, when we're all going for it, you don't get no shelter on the back. One of them long sections today. It's a bit of it's not a smooth road, so you've got to look out. So it's pretty tough. The terrain's not massively. It's not mountain. It's not mountain. It's not thing, but just the squeeze of the power and the constant of it. And you've got to be in the right spot. If you're outside the top 5 or 6, you're getting no shelter, you're sat in the gutter, you come round a corner and you can get dropped. So yeah, it's pretty tough, and it's made me the rider I am. So yeah.
And you haven't been half bad, mate.
Half bad, you know. I ride once a week now, and it's not me on this, so I'm still going all right.
Yeah.
Showed the guys today what was going on.
Well, thank you so much, mate, for inviting me up, inviting GCN up, and I can't wait to be back for more.
Yeah, come back in the summer when the weather's a bit better.
When it's not pissing down with rain and I'm on the back getting covered in mud. But that is where legends are made.
That's it, mate.
I've completed the Donny ChainGang, and now I'm headed home. But I've got to say, I've always wanted to ride it, and it did live up to expectation, especially the weather and the speed. I've got to say a massive thank you to Russ Downing for sorting it all out and allowing me and you guys to join. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that club rides last through the ages, because I just think it's so important for the next generation coming through. The skills you learn, the people you meet, and the fun you have is what cycling's all about. If you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget, leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Right, now for a 3-hour drive home. Oh.